What if the moment that broke Ragnar Lothbrok's heart never happened? What if, in that quiet moment of betrayal, Ragnar had walked in just seconds earlier and stopped Floki from killing Athelstan? This is not just a story of survival. It is a story that changes the spiritual soul of the Viking series. A tale where faith, friendship, and fate collide, and where one man's life alters the path of empires. Let's rewrite history together. In the original timeline, Athelstan is murdered by Floki in a blind act of jealousy and devotion to the old gods. This moment breaks Ragnar. It creates a chasm in his soul that he never recovers from. But imagine this instead. Ragnar, feeling something is wrong, returns to his home earlier than expected. He finds Floki in the act, a blade raised over Athelstan, who stands shocked but not yet harmed. In a flash of fury and clarity, Ragnar intervenes. He stops Floki, disarms him, and spares Athelstan's life. Floki is banished, not yet killed, but broken and cast out. Athelstan, shaken but alive, remains under Ragnar's protection, and the future is rewritten. Athelstan's survival changes Ragnar profoundly. Rather than falling into a spiral of grief and guilt, Ragnar now becomes more philosophical, more strategic. His bond with Athelstan deepens. Together, they explore the delicate balance between Christianity and Norse paganism. Athelstan becomes a bridge, not a wedge between worlds. He continues to influence Ragnar's children, especially Alfred and Bjorn. He teaches them language, history, diplomacy, tools not of war, but of empire building. Ragnar no longer sees the Christian world as something to conquer. He begins to see it as something to unite with. Banished and humiliated, Floki is not done. His hatred festers. He travels alone, eventually settling in Iceland, not as a prophet, but as a broken man seeking vision. In this version of the timeline, Iceland is not a hopeful land. It's a place of self-imposed exile and madness. He builds no new society, only guilt. Meanwhile, his absence in Kattegat allows different minds to rise, minds that align more with Ragnar's new vision of unity. Now comes the greatest shift, the siege of Paris. With Athelstan alive, Ragnar does not fake his death to get into the city. Instead, he uses Athelstan's understanding of Frankish customs to open diplomatic channels. Through strategy, not subterfuge, Paris falls, and not through bloodshed alone. King Charles, confused but intrigued by Ragnar's calm and eloquent emissary, Athelstan agrees to parley. A fragile alliance is born. Ragnar receives land and trade rights instead of just gold. This elevates Ragnar's legacy from mere raider to kingmaker. With Athelstan's influence growing, tensions in Ragnar's personal life intensify. Aslog grows resentful of the bond Ragnar and Athelstan share. Lagertha, on the other hand, begins to respect Athelstan more, seeing the strength in Ragnar's new approach. Eventually, Lagertha returns to support Ragnar, not as a lover, but as a true ally and warrior. Aslog, feeling cornered, leaves Kattegat to pursue her own destiny, perhaps never becoming queen. The family is reshaped. Most importantly, the sons of Ragnar, Bjorn, Ubbe, Hvitserk, and Ivar, grow up under different teachings. Bjorn still hungers for exploration, but Athelstan's influence makes him a more diplomatic leader. Ubbe embraces both worlds, Christian and pagan, and becomes the ideal unifier. Ivar, while still ruthless, finds in Athelstan a strange source of calm. In this reality, the sons are less divided. There is no civil war for Kattegat. There is expansion, not destruction. Ragnar still dies in England. That fate was always his, a sacrifice for something greater. But when he faces King Aile, he does so not as a broken man filled with loss, but as a king whose vision is already taking root through his sons and through Athelstan's teachings. His final words are different, less bitter, more hopeful. And when the great heathen army comes, they do not just come for revenge. They come with a mission to build a new world where the axe and the cross can coexist. Athelstan's survival may seem like a small change, but in truth, it transforms everything. Ragnar becomes more than a legend. He becomes a true bridge between two civilizations. The gods may still watch, but in this timeline, they watch a people no longer divided by faith, but united by a man who once was a monk and became so much more.